Hello, testing. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're gonna do, hey guys, 1 second. How's that look? I can't really see, you know? You're all the way over there. Oh my God. So, yeah. For those that are following along, recently I have had a realization that I'm not enjoying the actual creation of art anymore, and that it's all become about success. And I'm trying to see, the thing about me is that what I'll do is I'll be all on, I'll be like obsessed with YouTube and painting and everything for like a couple of weeks, and then it won't give me the results that I was expecting. In other words, it won't work out so well, and then I'll basically give up on it then for another couple of weeks. But I'm trying to find that balance. And more recently, like in the last videos I've uploaded, I have basically embraced my feeling of sadness and frustration, you know? I'm just embracing it, and I'm not hiding it. And the last 2 videos I posted are a bit unusual because they're really pretty sad, you know? I'm not hiding it. And I've gotten some really nice comments from people who have made me think that I might be going in the right direction, because I've been feeling the same way, that like maybe if you just embrace it, you'll start to heal. And I'm trying to find that that balance where, you know, not everything that I do has to be successful. Not everything I do has to work out, you know, and like trying to just enjoy it for the sake of it. So I'm still figuring that journey out. I don't really know. In today's video, we're going to be drawing just a portrait. This isn't necessarily a how-to video. I will do a how-to video soon as well, how to draw a face in a more basic way. But for the moment, I just wanted to do something that kind of is challenging and interesting to look at. And, you know, you might learn something along the way as well. So, we're going to start with just a very rough shape for the head. Just one shape. Now, we're not going for total realism here, because I can't be bothered. But we're more just using the reference image just as a reference, basically. We're not going for total accuracy here. I mean, the main thing that I'm trying to do here is keep this enjoyable. If at any point I start getting bored, I'm going to like reconsider what's going wrong. You know, I think I do strive for perfection way too much, and I lose the whole fun of it. So I'm trying to just keep this light and fun. So if we look at our reference image, the nose is basically in the middle of the ear. So if we take our line and we go across here and then down a little bit, and we can just put in our nostril, put in the outer part of the nose, and line up, back of the nose. Now we've made the nose quite big because that's kind of what's in the reference, but I actually want to make it a little bit prettier than that. I think that's the thing about drawing as well, like, you know, you can always enhance some of the features of the model. So we're going to make it a little bit more like that. Okay, then we can come down to our lips. So there's a line connecting the nose to the lips. And we're drawing in our shapes here. Nice big upper lip. And we're always trying to just get everything. The best way to try and think of drawing is shapes. It's a bunch of different shapes. So like, if we look at the upper lip here, it's just a certain shape, you know? And you shade that in then, and you've got your lip. We want to darken the line where the two lips meet. And then we're coming in with the bottom lip. And we're going to do a bit of a cast shadow on the lower lip and a shadow on the bottom part of that. And then we want to keep the highlight, which is kind of up here. We're marking out the highlight area, and then we're just shading in the rest. Okay. Now, where the chin protrudes, we're going to have a little, kind of a circular here as it juts out just a little bit. It juts out here and then it goes in, and we create this shadow down here. And it even goes over that chin a little bit. So then we've got our jawline coming up into the cheek, into the eye, socket goes back into the eye a bit, protruding back out again, up, and the forehead. All right, we're looking good so far. We're looking good. We're looking good, we're feeling good, everything is good, okay? As I said at the start of the video, if I started getting bored, I was gonna cut it. So, we're not bored yet, and we're feeling okay. But that could change in any minute. You know, I could suddenly feel like everything is pointless, there's no point to anything, I'm a loser, I'm always going to be a loser, and I want to just stop. And then I just want to like lie down in bed and just be miserable, because sometimes that's the right thing to do, believe it or not. Sometimes you got to just lie in bed and say, I don't care about anything because I'm a loser. But not today. Today we're not a loser. Today we're drawing. We are still a loser, but we're losing in a more professional way. Now, I got a little bit excited there. We need to calm down. Calm down, because this, you know, the thing about drawing is that it does require focus. And that's what's so annoying about it. So, we're shading in the lower part of the nose here, where there's a shadow. And there's also going to be an extra shadow here. And an extra shadow here. So it's all just about shadows and shapes. And now look at the highlight on the nose here, this circular thing. That's generally always on noses. I don't really know why. It must be a point on the nose that juts out the most, and so the light hits it more directly. And you get this highlight. So we're shading up the nose here. I'm going to create a little shape for us to work within. That's a little tip as well. If you're doing shading, you can basically, I'll give you an example here now. With the nose, like, you know, you create the outline of where the shadow is, and then you just shade inside of it. So it makes it a little bit easier. And it looks good too. That outline actually looks good in a drawing for some reason. So now the eye on her right eye, we're going to draw it like this. That's the eyelid. And then I don't know what that thing is called. What's that called? The eyelid. Oh no, that's the eyelid. I don't know, man. The eyelid, and then the part, whatever. So now, if you'll notice in this drawing as well, there is obviously, she's kind of at a bit of an angle. It's a 3/4 view. So we want to try and capture that three-dimensionality. Now, another thing to note about this part of the face is that it's all cast in shadow. So this is a very interesting experiment as well, because there's this image, and I'll put it up on the screen now. There's this image where it's a checkerboard with a shadow being cast, and the tiles in the shadow as opposed to outside of the shadow look totally different. And yet when you put them together, they're the same, and it's mind-blowing. But the point being that how dark something appears to be is all determined by what's around it in the context, which is such an interesting piece of psychology as well, almost, you know. But so in the shadow side, everything is going to be dark. And it's just certain things are going to be even more dark than everything else. So that's the way to think about the shadow, parts of the face that are in total shadow. Drawing in the eyebrow. This lady now has nice thick eyebrows. Fair play to her. She's not afraid of growing her eyebrows out. Now the pupil is going to be nice and dark. We might draw in that, and then boom, boom, boom. The whites of the eyes are never white. They always have some shading in them. The upper part of the eye is generally a little bit... Guys, I'm talking too much, I'm sorry. I feel like I'm talking too much, you know. I'm actually boring myself. But at the same time, like, I kind of have to talk, I think. But like, how do you... What? How do we live this life? Like oh, fucking hell. I will say this, I'm getting bored of my own voice, you know? I don't know why. I get bored of talking. I feel like, I don't know why. It's like I don't know. Okay, so let's do the other eye now. Okay, so as I said at the start of the video, if I get bored, I'm going to stop. And I'm getting bored now. And I'm starting to question I'm starting to question everything, you know? So I'll be honest with you, okay? At this point now, I'm starting to think, is this video any good? How long is it going to be? I'm thinking all these thoughts, and I'm feeling like there's no point anymore, and that it's a waste of time. I genuinely am. I'm genuinely starting to question everything. Like, do you notice? It's so weird because I started so confident and feeling quite good. And now suddenly all the thoughts are coming in. It's like, oh, this is a waste of time. There's no point. This doesn't matter. Nobody's going to watch it. It's stupid. You shouldn't talk so much. You should talk more. Like, that's a great example. It'll be like, I'm talking too much. And then I'll go quiet and I won't talk. And then the voice will be like, oh, I'm not talking enough. Help me. Help me. I was actually in the supermarket. Supermarket. Oh my God, I can't even speak English. I was in the supermarket buying milk and sausages or something. And I was... I don't even know anymore, guys. I think I'm losing it. But no, seriously, help, help. Yeah. Testing, 1, 2, 3, hello. Guys, come on. I mean, look, this is the way I think this is how I should think about it. Like, I should just assume that nobody's watching. I should just assume that nobody's watching, because who cares? Who cares about anything, right? This is what we're going to do. We're going to get a cup of coffee and we're going to reevaluate our lives. And you're coming with me, whether you like it or not. Come along. Come. All right, so anyway, I'm going to tell you the story about when I was in the supermarket and I was just buying my groceries. And, you know, I'm like a really socially anxious person. Like, I hate being in public. And I hate, like, I'm so scared of people for some reason. I don't know why. But I was basically having this thought that, like, it was like a thought that was going on in my head. It was like, just admit it, you're not a good person. Admit you're not a good person. Admit you're not a good person. Like, what the fuck does that mean? It's so weird. All right, let's do a coffee montage, guys. All right. Yo, welcome to my crib. Here we go. Woo! Look at that. Oh, yeah. Look at that. All right, guys, we're back. We got our coffee, and we're good to keep going, I think. So I just want to reflect on how I feel. So I feel like I started this video very strong. I had good energy and I was hopeful and I was feeling good. And then about halfway through, a negative voice started coming and I started losing interest and started having doubt about what I was doing. And then but, you know, I had enough momentum to finish, and we finished, but now I don't feel anything. I don't feel any joy, or I don't feel any satisfaction. I feel disappointed in the drawing. It's not as good as I had it in my head. And that's about it. But I think I'm still glad that I made the drawing and that I made the video. And again, like, I'm not trying to make a perfect video. Like, I'm still just really figuring out what it is that's going wrong with me, basically. So that's about it, I think, for now. And if you watched this far, thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned. There will be more.